welcome to HITC Sport. Alright, Euro 2020 is over, and I'm guessing you're all now weeping into a bowl of Cocoa Pops, but considering the entire England squad did promise to get Phil Foden haircuts if they won, I'm guessing some of these multi-millionaires with Instagram followings bigger than small countries would probably rather dip their ball back in butter than morph into a pack of Slim Shadies. Christ above, imagine if Harry Kane dyed his hair blonde. He's got the hairline of Homer Simpson. But yeah, before the tournament, I predicted every country's player who would flop. And yes, usually my predictions are a big ball of cat fur. So go on, let's see. Who did I predict to have an impact less than that of a used toilet brush this month? When I made this video last month, you all had no faith in me.
Alternate title, confirming which players can have the best tournament for each country. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just seen the list of the best performers at the Euros. To all the players who were mentioned in the video, congratulations on your amazing performances this summer.
Okay then, me versus the audience. Me versus you. Yes, you tubby with your face buried in a family tub of popcorn. Let's see who was right. Right, let's go. Italy, Ciro Immobile. But I just get the feeling we're about to see this other Lazio goal machine freeze like Naomi Osaka in a press room. Trust me, this summer Immobile will be goal shy. He will barely register a shot on target. He'll just look like the Italian Dwight Gale. Trust me, he will look about as shy as someone with a small knob at the urinal. Just you wait and see. Okay lads, I'll admit it, back in the group stages, this prediction made me sound like someone who makes love to his cousin in a piss-soaked caravan, didn't it? I mean, it just made me sound like something out of the Hills of Ice. The Italian Dwight Gale, he scored against both Turkey and Switzerland, but since then, in front of goal, he's looked like a dehydrated cowpat. What has he actually done in the knockout stages other than fake injury and prove me right? And the best thing is, look, after the first two games, you all fell for it and acted like a bunch of premature house cats.
Cheer, golden boot loading, Lamau. Immobile will flop, proceeds to score in the opening game. And Immobile is on his way to golden boot after today. Thank you, Irish guy. Thanks to you, I put him on my fancy team. Lol, 1 goal, 1 assist, all thanks to you. Immobile will score 10 goals, leading Italy to European glory. You heard it here first.
It's official. You all cursed this man. He didn't play against Wales, was anonymous against Austria, Belgium and Spain, and what did he actually do against England in the final? For most of the first half, he played like a fat Harvey Dent, and I'm sorry, considering he spent the knockout rounds rolling on the floor like a paralysed fish, he's probably the only one in Italy's squad who's left this tournament without an enhanced reputation. Most people now think he's got the moral compass of a sponge, and Aussie Belgian fans would probably love to slap him in the teeth. Even during his celebrations when they won, he discovered that this fella wears an adult nappy. This guy seems like that weird guy who probably still gets breastfed by his overweight aunt. I thought during this tournament he would look like an oversized Barbie doll. Yes, he's a Lazio goal machine, but usually stick him in an Italy shirt and it's like sticking Piers Morgan in a dress. He just looks uncomfortable as balls. Yes, he won the Euros, but I'm sorry. He's averaged 1 goal every 223 minutes this month. That is nearly 1 goal every 4 hours. Sorry, but one of Serie A's most prolific goal scorers, that is utterly pig vomit. Italy won this tournament in spite of him, so look at that. 1-0 to me. Switzerland, Xherdan Shaqiri. The weight of expectations Switzerland fans have for Xherdan Shaqiri to do something, anything at the international tournament is bordering on ridiculous. But to be fair, the guy set the bar pretty high. World Cup hat-tricks, Euro 2016 goal of the tournament, bicycle kicks. But don't expect any of that this time out. No, the guy is in the worst run of his career. No, Xherdan Shaqiri scored 3 goals at this tournament. Yep, it's official. I've got porridge for brains. Shaqiri has now scored 8 goals at international tournaments. For the Swiss! Not bad for a winger relegated at Stoke, who lives on Liverpool's bench and looks like he drinks pints of brandy book in the Prancing Pony. So, 1-1 then. Turkey, Burak Yilmaz. The guy will be a burnt out yogurt pot this summer, and to prove it, for every goal he scores in the tournament, I will gladly eat a chunk of Weetabix that's been drenched in a pint of Foster's. A chunk of Weetabix that's been dipped in a pint of Guinness. That doesn't sound very nice. It sounds like it'd probably taste like licking the belly button of a baby pig. But I said it. Burak Yilmaz would be a burnt out yogurt pot, and lads, he was horrific. Honestly, he looked every inch the nearly 40-year-old man. Apparently he was the one to watch, right? The dark horse.
Yilmaz masterclass incoming, thanks Irish guy.
Dark horse. No, more like My Little Pony. So I've got this one right. Moves me back into a 2-1 lead. Wales, Aaron Ramsey. I guarantee you, he will limp off injured in at least 1 match. If Ramsey plays every possible minute of Wales' Euro 2020 campaign, then I will go outside and walk for 9 hours straight and see where that gets me. Thank Christ, lads. This one was way closer than I thought it would be. I assumed a walking sick note like Aaron Ramsey, a fellow who's probably spent 30% of his life with the doctors, I thought he'd miss about an hour of football at the Euros this summer. No, instead, he only missed 6 minutes of football. A virtual ever-present for Wales Thank Christ that Rob Page substituted him in the 93rd minute against Switzerland and then in the 85th minute against Turkey, because otherwise I would right now be walking to the back arse of Swansea. Actually, 9 hours from Newcastle, I'd probably be halfway to France. To be fair, I'm sorry, I assumed a 30-year-old Aaron Ramsey would have limbs made of butter, but he dug in, put in a goal-scoring man-of-the-match display against Turkey. So yeah, I got this one wrong. Fair play. 2-2. Belgium, Eden Hazard. Listen, we've known about Eden Hazard's struggles, but in Spain, lads, this tournament is just going to be sad. We're officially about to watch a £100 million superstar perform to such an underwhelming degree that he'll now be publicly written off as a Belgian Alexis Sanchez and getting linked with West Ham. He won't score a single goal here. Roberto Martinez will drop it. Oh, by the end of this tournament, Hazard is going to feel like sticking his face in a pint of dog food. I don't even feel good about this one. Like I said, it's just sad. When Hazard swapped London for Spain in a £100 million deal, he probably pinpointed this tournament as the one which would squeak him over the line to win a Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or, lads, he can't even win Man of the Match awards anymore. He's so far past his best, he probably can't even get a hug from his wife. He started 2 games, picked up 1 assist in a limp 30 minutes against Denmark, and was largely outshunned by his kid brother. Honestly, how embarrassing. That's like Ollie Murs going down the local karaoke and being outshunned by his estranged twin. You know, the one who probably pulls pints in Wetherspoons. When Thorgan spanked in that winner against Portugal, I'm pretty sure Eden must have felt like punching himself in the nutsack. Sibling rivalry is real. Every time Liam Gallagher gets a #1 in the charts, I'm pretty sure Noel must feel like punching a stray cat to death. Just embarrassing for Eden. But yeah, I got this one right. The Belgian Alexis Sanchez, everyone. 3-2 to me. Denmark, Martin Braithwaite. I'm expecting him to largely waddle about like a pregnant turkey. He won't score a goal. Won't score a goal. Nope! He battered one in against Wales, played every minute for Denmark at the Euros, including the full 2 hours against England. And you know what, lads? He's looked like a pretty dangerous wide forward. But yeah, I got this one wrong. 3-3. But not only that, he's going to miss an open goal from 6 yards out. He's going to be put in the blooper reel at the end of this tournament. I can see it in my mind's eye. Finland, Teemu Pukki. But now listen, this guy will now be coming up against a higher caliber of defense than the likes of James Chester and Tyler Blackett. In the first match, Simon Kjær will stick him so far deep into his pocket that Pukki's face will be squashed up against the inner lining of his sweaty ball bag. How's that for a nice mental image? He was fairly anonymous, wasn't he? Dragged off with 50 minutes left in both games against Denmark and Russia. Played the full 90 minutes against Belgium, but honestly, this guy might as well spent the month eating Doritos on the couch, because honestly, nobody will remember he was ever there. Finland might as well have stuck a fat Adam Sandler up front instead of Pukki. Back into a 4-3 lead for me. Christ above, this video is on a knife edge. You're hanging in there, lads. Russia, Denis Cheryshev. The 30-year-old Russian winger is so far past it. Right now, he's got about as much chance of a return to superstardom as Bill Cosby does. He won't do anything this tournament, I promise you that. I can promise you that. Well, look at that. 34 minutes in a 3-0 loss against Belgium. That was Denis Cheryshev's tournament. He didn't play against either Finland or Denmark, so yeah, looks like I got this one right. So yes, finally a bit of breathing space. 5-3 up. Austria, Marko Arnautovic. If he plays, we're going to witness a once confident king like Arnautovic reduced to a quivering wimp of a man. Okay, they are in the same group as North Macedonia, so let's say this, right? If Arnie scores 2 goals, I'll eat scrambled egg off a toilet seat. Thank Christ for the use of VAR, because without that, Arnautovic would have knocked out Italy. I'd have been eating a scrambled egg off a toilet seat and spending a week living outside Wembley in a cardboard box. But I'm sorry, Arnautovic was a flop for Austria. To be fair, most human beings on planet Earth would probably rip off their left arm to even get 5 minutes representing their country at an international tournament. And this guy wasted a precious 1 cap by getting banned for telling your mother jokes. He is a 32-year-old adult man getting banned for insulting someone's mother. You've let down your country here. I'm sorry, to me, I don't care if you score against the Plumbers from North Macedonia. That is a floppable offence. A commanding 6-3 lead to me. Come on, lads. Netherlands, Matthijs de Ligt. De Ligt is going to have an utterly rotten tournament. So it'll be directly a fault for at least 3 goals. You'll see, you'll have tabloids writing him off as the Dutch Phil Jones. De Ligt, he is going to have a terrible summer. Arguably my greatest ever prediction. You all snorted like a gang of cackling pigs when I said this.
Oh, Irish guy's done it again. Now Matthijs de Ligt's gonna have an amazing tournament.
Field. Oh, that's right, amazing tournament. Okay, yes, he kept 2 clean sheets against Austria and North Macedonia, but to be fair, you could have stuck Oscar the Grouch into Holland's 3-man defense for those games and it wouldn't have made a blind bit of difference. Lads, in the last 16 game against the Czech Republic, where the game at 0-0, Delight was the one who stupidly handballed, got sent off, and the Netherlands immediately conceded twice. By his own admission, the Juventus superstar cost his country the entire tournament, and guess who predicted that? 7-3 lead to me, come on! North Macedonia, Goran Pandev. Goran Pandev is older than his goddamn country. Yes, he's a treble-winning striker, but that was 11 years ago. The man's only 40 years of age. He turns 38 next month. He'll have utterly no impact whatsoever. No, he scored. He actually scored. He's a nearly 50-year-old granddad, and he scored. Good Christ, how? Alright, you've closed the gap, 7-4. Ukraine, Alexander Zinchenko. And with uncertainty over his future at Man City now, oh, the poor guy is gonna have such an anonymous tournament with Ukraine. Just you watch, just littered with errors. Lads, put it this way, if we don't see Zinchenko crying at this tournament, then I'll eat a pint of haggis out of a shoe. Oh, he did cry. Did nobody see it? Not when Ukraine were knocked off of England, no. I mean, he was probably crying inside, but no. When they lost to the Netherlands in the opening game, Zinchenko screamed so hard. He screamed so hard that you can see he shed a tear on his cheek. That is a tear of frustration, yes, but still it counts. As for him having an anonymous performance, well, he spent this entire tournament playing in central midfield. He was given more responsibility by Andrei Shevchenko to dictate the play, but no, was utterly off the pace. Overwhelmed by the pace and power of Gini Wijnaldum for the first game, was a useless bag of sand in the defeat to Austria, showing the creativity of an overweight Pikachu, and was utterly pulled apart by Mason Mount in a 4-0 embarrassment against England. Zinchenko had one good game, a goal and an assist in that famous win over Sweden. Yes, he woke up for that, but for a Premier League winning Champions League finalist, is that really good enough? Sorry lads, 8-4 to me. Croatia, Marcelo Brozovic. I don't think any Croatian player will have a completely hopeless tournament, but after an incredible season at Inter Milan, playing under the intense Antonio Conte, I'm predicting a summer of burnout for Marcelo Brozovic. He won't be a complete sack of cow kidneys or anything, but it'll just be a slightly underwhelming drop off for the Croatian midfielder. Just all a bit meh. I don't think I was too far off on this one. Marcelo Brozovic is a Serie A winning midfielder, right? And yet looked pretty bang average against the English in the first game. Was hauled off after 70 minutes. Lost his place for the draw to the Czechs, but to be fair, put in a semi-decent showing against Scotland, but then played the full 120 minutes against a Spanish team who stuck 5 past his goalie. The Croatian midfield were absolutely overrun, especially in extra time. You can hardly say he came off that pitch playing well. So yeah, 9-4. What is happening? I'm smashing this video out of the park. Czech Republic, Vladimir Darida. But here, I'm predicting that face of midfield battles with Luka Modric, Mason Mount and John McGinn, I'm almost convinced he's going to very quickly resemble a lost child in Tesco's. Darida is getting sent off at this tournament. If he doesn't get a red card this month, then I'll bring back the Ice Bucket Challenge. Right then. England, Marcus Rashford. This tournament is going to be filled to the brim of players who need a rest. Marcus Rashford, he needs to go to sleep. If this guy plays every possible game at the Euros, then he will have played over 80 times in 12 months. I'm surprised his feet haven't fallen off. He honestly must feel like a walking zombie. The man is physically and mentally exhausted. He's probably close to inventing a Tyler Durden alias and organising street fights in his basement. Honestly, if he scores at the Euros, it'll be a minor miracle. Lads, it wasn't even close. I don't even feel good about this one. Marcus Rashford being the flop of Euro 2020. Well, considering he's just had his mural vandalized by brain-dead yobs, considering his only notable action in the tournament was missing a penalty kick, then yeah, lads, I called it. But wasn't it obvious? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had run this poor man into the ground. Honestly, he shouldn't have gone to this tournament. He should have spent the month of June sleeping in his bed. Nearly 100 games of football in 18 months. Tackling government protocols. Skype meetings with a former USA president. No wonder he missed his penalty. With that amount of workload, he's probably spent the last month hallucinating. Good Christ, when he looked into the eyes of Donnarumma, this sleep-deprived, exhausted young political man probably just saw 3 unicorns and a lactating mermaid. But yeah, 10-5. And lads, this isn't even a contest anymore. Scotland, Ryan Fraser. He won't do anything for Scotland this summer. Anything at all. Yeah, lads, face it, these predictions aren't bad. They really aren't. I said Ryan Fraser did nothing for Scotland. Literally nothing. He had two 20-minute cameos against the Czech Republic and Croatia. No goals, no assists. What happened to the exciting Bournemouth speedster who used to rival Eden Hazard at the top of the Premier League assist charts? Now he's a winger who can't assist. Ozzy, looking at him these days, it just reminds me of when Buzz Lightyear realised he couldn't fly. Just all a bit sad. Wouldn't be surprised if Fraser has this epiphany now and ends up throwing himself down a flight of stairs. 11-5, I'm smashing this out of the water. Poland, Matthijs Klich. Well, it wouldn't be a predictions video without me underestimating someone from Leeds. Listen, yes, Matthijs Klich has had a great season, but let's make a deal. If he gets an official man of the match award in any game, then I will fly to Luxembourg and spend this Christmas Day carving turkey in a piss-soaked cave. Poland, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for failing to win a single match and crumbling like a half-eaten Jaffa cake. The only game where a Polish player might have threatened was after the draw against Spain, where Paulo Sousa thankfully replaced Matthijs Klich after 55 minutes. Honestly, I did not want to spend Christmas Day in a Luxembourg cave, so thank you. 12-5. Slovakia, Marek Hamšík. At 33, be prepared to watch this guy have an utterly stinking tournament. Twice above 2 years of preparing in the Chinese relegation battle, and he's just seen the last few months living in Sweden, playing 6 games for Gothenburg. Oh, for a once Napoli, great. It's gonna be embarrassing watching him utterly dismantled by the Spanish midfield. Yes, yes! Dismantled against the Spanish midfield. For all of you who think that I have the ball knowledge of a punctured basketball, then look at that, utterly dismantled against the Spanish midfield. Yes! He had about as much influence on the game as John Kavanagh does on Conor McGregor. I mean, come on, he's a nice guy, but might as well have yes man tattooed on his forehead. He's just seen his client's ankles snap like a twig. Honestly though, I am like Paulie Octopus on steroids. 13-5. Spain, David De Gea. Oh, David De Gea's confidence must be an utter wreck. He's lost his Man United place to Dean Henderson. Just saw 11 penalties go past him in the Europa League final. Oh yeah, and he missed the crucial kick. Not to mention his last international tournament with Spain was a complete mess. Lads, trust me, we are due to see another De Gea howler at this tournament. Just be prepared. I was close. I was so very close. Because Spain's number one did make an embarrassing clanger of an error. Literally the worst mistake ever seen at this tournament. It was just Unai Simon, not David De Gea. I mean, if that was De Gea who had done this, then I think this prediction alone would have had gambling companies banning me from ever stepping foot inside their premises. I would look like I had superhuman powers. I would look like some sort of subhuman oracle. But no, instead, De Gea didn't play a single minute at this tournament. Does that count as flopping? No, because he didn't make any mistakes, so I'll let you guys have this one. 13-6. Sweden, Jordan Larsson. Larsson is going to be given an opportunity to become a hero for his country, whether it be a one-on-one or a penalty or a chance at a penalty shootout, and he's going to fail. He is going to utterly bottle. I just have this vision of Jordan Larsson with his head in his hands weeping like a heavily pregnant cow. I'm not sure why, but I can feel it. No, didn't play. Next, 13-7. France, Karim Benzema. Benzema is going to be a poisonous influence in the France dressing room. A divisive, controversial figure like him. Apparently he's targeting the Golden Boot. No, if he wins the Golden Boot, I'll drink a pint of microwave dog food. His return is going to be an awkward, messy affair for everyone. Trust me, a storm is coming. We are about to witness an Anelka-esque blow-up at this tournament. Cover your heads. It'll be like sticking a shepherd's pie in a blender. Okay, let's be real. France did have an absolute stinker of a tournament, but it wasn't Karim Benzema's fault. He scored 4 goals, and I'm convinced if his teammates hadn't bottled it against the Swiss, he probably would have won the Golden Boot, and I'd currently be halfway through a pint of pedigree chum. So thank you, Jan Sommer. If I ever see you, you are getting a kiss on the face. But yeah, I got this one wrong still. 13-8. Germany, Timo Werner. Oh lads, if Werner scores in this group of death, I'll film an entire video in the woods. Yeah, I'm not even gonna take credit for this. I think a blind man who loves cricket could have predicted Timo Werner to flop at this tournament. All he had to do, he's a £50 million Chelsea Super Champions League winner. All he had to do was just score against Hungary, and this video would very quickly look like the Blair Witch Project. So thank you, Timo. 14-8. Hungary, Adam Zalai. Let's make a deal. If Adam Zalai scores a goal, I will personally mail him a love letter made of cheese. Portugal, João Felix. If this was in any other era, then a £100 million wonderkid João Felix, Portugal would be building the team around him. But he's just unlucky that Bruno Fernandes also exists in the team. I have a feeling that during this tournament, he's gonna look like an expensive jigsaw puzzle that doesn't really fit. It's true, this guy is a £100 million La Liga winning superstar, and knows he played like Felix the Cat. He didn't even make it off the bench in the group stages, was given 34 minutes to rescue the game against Belgium, was presented with a last minute opportunity to score, proceeded to choke like a Lego eating toddler before Roy Keane calls him an imposter on on TV. Yeah, the score is now 15 versus 9. They say I have a brain made of wet donkey spunk. You all scoffed me when this video was made. Choky on your bowl of cornflakes. But look at that, 15 to 9. Drink it in. Maybe this is my redemption. Most of these players did exactly what I said they would. And coming out of this video with one ice bucket and a love letter made of cheese, I did not do badly at all. So that's it, maybe. I think I've been redeemed. Now, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while. Get in!